talking about this very subject. It was a statement of love. God could have pulled the nails off that cross and out of his feet, out of his hands, and showed how powerful he was. But the world already knew how powerful God was, whether they wanted to admit it or not. But the world did not know how much God loved them. Oh yes, he had forgiven them. He had forgiven Israel, the children of Israel, for things they had done in the wilderness. They had sacrificed goats, lambs, bull, oxen, all these things. But they did not realize how much God loved them. It was about making a statement of love. It was about providing an eternal salvation. Amen. If we had to build an altar this morning, bring a goat or a lamb up here for every one of the sins that we've committed, dear God, we'd have to kill every animal in the world. You wouldn't even be able to get them in here. We'd have to kill every animal we see. And you know what we do sooner or later? We run out of animals. And we run out of forgiveness. Because you had to have that animal for God to accept it. Not only just any animal, but it had to be one without spot or without blemish. If he had a little black spot on his leg, he was white everywhere else. You couldn't use that animal. It'd be mighty slim pickings this morning, Brother Dillard, if we still had to bring those animals. And sooner or later, we'd run out of forgiveness. But through the cross, God provided an eternal salvation. It ain't once saved, always saved. You can get saved and walk off and leave God tomorrow. But God said, I'll never leave and I'll never forsake you. But I'll be with you all the way to the end. It's us that walks off and leaves God. But we can always come back right to where we left it, Sister Janice, and we can pick right on up and go right on again. Amen. God never leaves us. We can always come back and pick him up again. And too many people lay him down and pick him up. Lay him down and pick him up. And you know what they're doing? They're tempting God. God said, don't tempt me. Because sooner or later, God's going to say, all right, look, I'll give you opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. You've sat in church service after church service after church service. And you've heard message after message after message. And you think you can just come in here and pick me up when you want to. And lay me down when you don't need me. When the bills ain't getting paid. When I got no food in the house, I'll come pick up God. But when I'm making $1,000 a week, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself. A few months ago, been a while back now, I went 8 months without a job. This church knows the story. 8 months with no work, no job, paycheck, no way to pay the bills, no way to put groceries in the house. And if you don't know what it feels like, Brother Eddie, for your wife to walk up to you and say, I'm hungry, and there's no money to go buy nothing to put in the cabinet to feed her. It don't feel good, Brother Eddie. Knowing that you're the one that's supposed to provide, but there's no way to provide. How am I going to make it? Go get on my knees and say, God, you know what's going on. You know the deal. And I need such and such. And I need it quick. And God always came in. God always came in and made a way. Maybe it wasn't the cabinets was full, but we got one meal to last out that day. And God will take care of us the next day. And he said, man, I needed God then. I needed God then. I said, I needed him to come and I needed him to help me. Well, I kept praying, kept praying, kept praying. without both of them. What an awful thought to be without God.
Amen, brother.
He provided an eternal salvation on the cross. Third thing there, it was about defeating Satan. Satan had marched up every other time and said, look, I'm going to take this. He popped up in the garden where Adam and Eve could have lived forever. No sin, lived in peace. But the devil had to come in there and snatch it away. Everything God done, the devil wouldn't get right in the middle of it.
Yes.
So, the purpose of the cross was to defeat Satan once and for all. Oh yes, he still fights me in here. But God took care of him. And in the future, he may fight me right now, but I'm the winner in the end. The race is already won. It's just up to me just to keep running. Don't matter where I finish at. Don't matter if I'm at the back of the line. If I'm the last person to go through the gate, it will make it. As long as I make it. If I'm in the middle of the line, don't matter. If I'm in the front of the line, doesn't matter. As long as I make it to heaven. About defeating Satan once and for all. Christ came. He got on that cross. The Bible said that he looked up and he said, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Then the Bible tells us that he bowed his head. He gave up the ghost. But before all of that, there was one man on his left and one man on his right. One of them said, Jesus, if you're really who you say you are, why don't you get yourself off this cross and take us down too? Begin to mock him. That other one said, man, do you not fear for your life? Do you not know who you're talking to? He said, this man is a righteous man. Me and you deserve what we're getting. He don't deserve this. And all he said, Sister Mary, was, Lord, when thou comest to thy kingdom, remember me.